Hi guys, this is Elliott from Old Punkville here, and today we're here with Tichy from the Dead Daisies, and let's do this.
Yeah.
I really liked your new record. How did you like playing the new songs on this tour?
Thanks for digging it. The new record's called Make Some Noise. It came out like a couple weeks ago, and we play a bunch of the new songs on the tour. We're right now opening up for Kiss. You've heard of Kiss, right?
I don't know.
So, which is huge for me, because when I was younger than you, I went and saw Kiss at Madison Square Garden. But back to the point, your question. We play a handful of songs from the record, and it's fun because we did this record in like February, and wrote it and recorded it together. So it was cool. Like, you make up little drum parts, and you go, what works, what doesn't work, and then you get out in front of an audience, you get to play it, and you hope that what you thought was working works, and you hope they clap when the song's over.
What's it like having your dad come and see you open for Kiss years after he took you to see them as a kid?
Good question. Don't forget to point with the sticks. It's cool. Okay, no more pointing. He took me when I was 11 to Madison Square Garden to see the Kiss Dynasty tour. It was my first rock show. Blew me away, and we were up like really high up on the side of the stage, and he brought binoculars, which was the coolest thing because I stood on my seat with the binoculars glued to the whole time with like one fist in the air. And when the show was over, I looked around and I didn't realize I was standing in my chair. I didn't realize I got up and stood on my chair. I looked down, I was like, oh, I'm standing on my chair. It was amazing. So he's here today, and it's cool just because it's like, who would have thought? Because when my family got me drums, they didn't know, is he going to play for a little while and stop? And then 2 years later, 6 years later, 10 years later, now I'm growing up and I gotta, that's what I'm doing for a living, So it's really cool to see it go full circle and come around and get to play with my idols, open up for my idols, and it's a nice way to wrap up my summer.
Cool. I think Kiss was my first real stadium concert.
Awesome.
It was freaking amazing.
Oh, I'm sure. It's probably the best band to see in a stadium.
Yeah, they're so awesome.
See, we're behind my drums in the late afternoon, 5 o'clock or something. We're playing in a couple hours. Kiss is all set up. We're still setting up my stuff. But that's what happens. It's kind of quiet, but they're checking mics and they're doing stuff, but nobody's here yet. Nobody's allowed into the show. So I was like, this is a pretty cool place to do a drum interview behind the drums on the stage, on Kiss's stage. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite cover song that you guys have played so far?
The favorite cover song that we play? Oh, okay. We do Ramble On from Led Zeppelin. I love that song. We do Fortunate Son from Creedence Clearwater. Such a simple, basic song, but ever since I was a kid, if you don't know much about CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival, the singer John Fogerty has this really killer voice, really powerful. And I remember hearing that song on the radio as a kid. I was like, this guy rocks. It's just a rocker. You know how some songs are just rockers? It's like you hear it and you go, that's a rocker, that rocks. It's like there's nothing else going on except rock. That's what that song is to me. Yeah, so those are probably my two favorites.
Nice. What was going through your head the first time you played on stage with Ozzy?
Ozzy Osbourne. One of the best of all time. Well, luckily I had time to rehearse with the band and prepare for it, but it was still, okay, it's one of the coolest things I ever did. So that was like a long time ago in summer of 2000, and it was the Ozfest tour. And I think we did a couple shows before the Ozfest tour started. So to get on stage and play like War Pigs, Paranoid, Crazy Train, and all these amazing songs I grew up on, with the guy in front of me is the guy that sings them. It's him. That's the guy. It's really, overwhelming. It can be overwhelming, but it's cool too. You're like, wait, I'm doing this right now. Yeah, but it's really cool. Even if my buddy was doing it, but it's cooler because I'm doing it, So, but it was great because there's this part in War Pigs where the whole band stops the intro and then they go bam, and the hi-hat goes like this. It goes like this. It goes like they go like right? I'm just doing that. Generals gathered in there, right? And I'm just like, I'm playing the hi-hats with Ozzy Osbourne. Me. That's how cool it is. That's how cool it is. Oh, wait, hold on. See if I can do this. Got it.
Awesome. What got you into speedbag drumming? Do you ever imagine someone's head as the speedbag?
Oh, if I say yes, you're going to say, well, whose? And then I have to tell you who? Oh, I don't know. No, I don't really envision anybody's head. But I did think, what if you did put people's faces on speedbags that nobody likes? Like somebody who's not very popular, which, you know, most people would think politics and stuff like, oh, I don't like this president, I don't like this guy, I don't like that guy. Put his face on a speedbag, so like, that'd be pretty funny. You know what I mean? But what got me into it? It's, well, if you know anything about speedbags, when you hit it once, it rebounds 3 times. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and you do it again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's a triplet sound. And I thought that already sounded cool. When you watch like Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson or any of these Rocky, I was like, what a cool sound. I tried to do it and I thought it'd be easy. Oh, I'm a drummer, that should be easy. And it's not easy. So you have to do it like anything, slowly. You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And little by little, I got better at it, but I just thought it looked so cool because I saw these speedbag guys, the advanced speedbaggers, are hitting with their elbows and their fists and their back, reverse, all this stuff. And I was like, I'm like, how do you do that? And I'm like, this was in 2008. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to get off tour. I'm going to learn it. So I went home and did it, started watching YouTube videos, reading about it, and I learned it and I got really into it. And I still do it, not a lot. I don't like practice to get better so much. I just do it for fun, but I still love it. If you don't speedbag, you should try, especially as a musician. It helps with your timing because it's all timing. You have to hit exactly at the right time, you know? So I love it. Have you ever speedbagged? Okay, we got to get to a speedbag.
How do you like being a rock and roll dad?
I'm going to answer this question and see if I can spin the stick the whole time while I point at it. So let me see. How do I like being rock and roll dad? It's pretty cool because I have twin daughters, Charlotte and Isabella, and when they didn't have much of a say when they were young, their mom and I, we played them all the coolest music in the world, like all the Beatles, Zeppelin, Van Halen. I turned them on to Rush, you know, McCartney and Wings, Stevie Wonder, you know, Steely Dan, even some Jethro Tull in there, you know, and Kansas, stuff like that, and Kiss. Turn them on to some Kiss, and yeah. So it's cool. You know what? When you go on the road and you're touring, you miss them because it's just like, okay, 1 week's a little, you know, it's a week, but then 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're like, wow, it's been a long time. So I'm actually going to get to see him tomorrow because we're all meeting up in Boston and stuff like that. So it's cool, but I never really thought about like the whole rock and roll dad thing. I just kind of thought, you know, I'm a drummer in a rock band and I have kids, but you know, I don't think they care too much. They're just like, can you let's go out and get ice cream, Dad. You know, all right, let's do it. Did you do your homework? Yeah. What are your grades? A's? Oh, no A's. Okay. You get straight A's yet? Well, we'll wait for the ice cream then. No. I always end up getting whatever I want. All right.
I heard that you had a bet with about Stevie and his rap and his guitar. How did that go out?
Okay. That was a funny bet between Doug Aldrich, our amazing guitar player, the Dead Daisies. He said he saw Stevie Ray Vaughan throw his guitar behind his back and take his strap off and put it back on. I was like, no, no way, it's impossible. I've seen him do it this way. And then he showed me the video, and he was right, and we bet. And I totally lost it. And I was just so bummed out because I was so sure that I was right. And I'm like, Doug, you're right. I don't know why I'm challenging a guitar hero to guitar questions. But he was right, and that was all yesterday, yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you. Here, let's go.
Yeah.
Cool.